China's warrior emperors. These guys were the real deal. They rose to power during the 3rd and 4th centuries, a time of chaos and constant warfare. The most famous of the lot? Emperor Taizong of the Tang dynasty. This guy was a legend. He took the empire to its biggest size ever, conquering everything from modern-day Mongolia all the way down to Vietnam. Talk about ambition! Emperor Taizong, though, he was on another level. Born as Li Shimin, he was the 2nd emperor of the Tang dynasty, and his reign from 626 to 649 AD is often considered a golden age in Chinese history. His military prowess was unparalleled, and his strategic mind was nothing short of extraordinary. He wasn't just a ruler, he was a visionary who understood the art of war like no other. He was a military genius. His campaigns were meticulously planned, and he always had a clear vision of his objectives. He didn't just rely on brute force, he used intelligence, diplomacy, and psychological warfare to outmaneuver his enemies. His ability to anticipate the moves of his adversaries and counter them effectively was legendary. He didn't just conquer places, he did it with style. His victories were not just about expanding his empire, they were about demonstrating his superiority in strategy and tactics. He understood that the morale of his troops was crucial, and he always ensured that his soldiers were motivated and confident. His leadership inspired loyalty and bravery among his men. He used clever tactics like flanking maneuvers and surprise attacks. These strategies allowed him to catch his enemies off guard and gain the upper hand in battles. He was a master of deception, often using feints and diversions to confuse his opponents. His ability to adapt to changing circumstances on the battlefield was a key factor in his success. He knew how to use the terrain to his advantage. Whether it was the mountains, rivers, or forests, he always found a way to turn the environment into a strategic asset. His knowledge of geography and topography was exceptional, and he used it to plan his campaigns with precision. His ability to choose the right battleground often gave him a significant edge over his enemies, and he always made sure his soldiers were well-trained and well-equipped. He understood that the effectiveness of his army depended on their skills and their equipment. He invested in the best weapons and armor, and he ensured that his troops were trained in the latest military techniques. His emphasis on discipline and training made his army one of the most formidable forces of his time. It's no wonder he won so many battles. His record of victories is a testament to his brilliance as a military commander. He was not just a conqueror, he was a strategist who understood the complexities of warfare. His ability to lead his troops to victory time and again earned him a place in history as one of the greatest military minds of all time. He even managed to conquer the powerful Gokturks, a nomadic empire that had been a real pain in the neck for China. The Gokturks were fierce warriors, known for their mobility and their ability to strike quickly and retreat before their enemies could respond. But Emperor Taizong's strategic brilliance allowed him to outmaneuver them and bring them to their knees. The Gokturk Empire was vast and powerful, stretching across much of Central Asia. Their dominance had been a significant threat to China's stability and security, but Emperor Taizong's campaigns against them were masterful. He used a combination of diplomacy and military force to weaken their alliances and exploit their vulnerabilities. His victory over the Gokturks was a turning point in Chinese history, solidifying his reputation as a military genius and securing the Tang dynasty's dominance in the region. But Taizong wasn't the only big shot on the block. There were other warrior emperors who deserved some serious props. Take Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, for example. Born in 156 BC, he ascended to the throne at the tender age of 15 and ruled for 54 years, making him one of the longest-reigning emperors in Chinese history. His reign marked a golden era for the Han Dynasty, characterized by military conquests, economic prosperity, and cultural flourishing. He ruled a couple of centuries before Taizong, but he was no less impressive. Emperor Wu was a visionary leader who understood the importance of both military might and diplomatic finesse. He was a patron of the arts and sciences, encouraging advancements in astronomy, literature, and philosophy. His court was a hub of intellectual activity, attracting scholars from all over the empire. He fought off the Xiongnu, another nomadic group that had been causing trouble. The Xiongnu were fierce warriors who had been a thorn in China's side for generations. Emperor Wu launched several military campaigns against them, eventually pushing them back and securing the northern borders of his empire. These victories not only brought peace to the region, but also boosted the morale and confidence of the Chinese people. Emperor Wu expanded the Chinese empire westward, opening up trade routes that would become super important later on. The Silk Road? Yeah, he basically paved the way for that. By establishing control over the western regions, he facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas and cultures between the East and the West. This not only enriched the Chinese economy, but also laid the groundwork for the cultural and technological exchanges that would shape the world for centuries to come. The Silk Road became a bustling network of trade routes connecting China with Central Asia, the Middle East, and even Europe. Merchants traveled these routes, bringing with them silk, spices, precious metals, and other valuable commodities. But it wasn't just goods that were exchanged. Ideas, religions, and technologies also flowed along the Silk Road, making it a melting pot of cultures and innovations. Emperor Wu's vision and policies were instrumental in creating this vibrant and interconnected world. His legacy is a testament to the power of leadership and the enduring impact of visionary governance. These warrior emperors, they didn't just conquer, they built. They constructed roads, canals, and fortifications that helped to unify China and boost its economy. They also patronized the arts and learning, making their courts centers of culture and scholarship. They understood that true power wasn't just about military might, but also about creating a strong and prosperous society. The impact of these emperors on Chinese history and culture is undeniable. Their reigns were marked by significant achievements and profound changes that shaped the course of Chinese civilization for centuries to come. These emperors were not just rulers, they were visionaries who saw the potential of a unified and powerful China. They were the architects of a nation that would stand the test of time, their influence echoing through the ages. They laid the foundations for a unified and powerful China. They expanded its borders, secured its frontiers, and brought together diverse cultures and peoples under one banner. Their military campaigns were not just about conquest, they were about creating a cohesive and stable empire. The Great Wall, a testament to their efforts to protect and consolidate their realm, still stands today as a symbol of their enduring legacy, and established a legacy of military strength. Their armies were among the most formidable in the ancient world, known for their discipline, strategy, and innovation. These warrior emperors understood that a strong military was essential for maintaining peace and stability within their empire. They invested in training, technology, and infrastructure to ensure their forces were always ready to defend the nation. The battlefields where they fought and the statues that commemorate their victories are reminders of their martial prowess. Even today they are remembered as some of the greatest rulers in Chinese history. Their portraits hang in museums, their stories are told in classrooms, and their deeds are celebrated in festivals. These emperors were more than just military leaders, they were also patrons of the arts, scholars, and reformers. They promoted education, supported the development of literature and science, and implemented policies that improved the lives of their subjects. Their contributions to Chinese culture and society are immeasurable. They are the stuff of legends, their lives and deeds immortalized in ancient texts and folklore. These stories have been passed down through generations, inspiring countless individuals with tales of bravery, wisdom, and leadership. The legends of these emperors are not just historical accounts, they are moral lessons and cultural touchstones that continue to resonate with people today. Through literature, theater, and oral traditions, their legacies live on, reminding us of the values they embodied. The heroes of epic tales passed down through generations. In traditional storytelling sessions, puppet shows, and family gatherings, the stories of these emperors are recounted with reverence and admiration. They are depicted as paragons of virtue, embodying the ideals of courage, justice, and wisdom. These tales serve to connect the past with the present, allowing each new generation to learn from the experiences and achievements of their ancestors. The cultural practices that keep these stories alive are a testament to the enduring impact of these warrior emperors. They are a reminder that sometimes it takes a warrior to build a nation. The warrior emperors of ancient China were not just conquerors, they were builders and visionaries who laid the groundwork for a civilization that would endure for millennia. Their stories remind us that strength and wisdom are not mutually exclusive, and that true leadership often requires a balance of both. As we look back on their legacies, we are reminded of the power of determination, the importance of unity, and the enduring spirit of a people who have faced countless challenges and emerged stronger each time.